Hi everyone, and welcome to Thriver TV, the place to break free from narcissistic abuse with quantum tools and understandings. And we have a Shifts Happen episode today with one of our lovely NARP members, Devon from Victoria, Australia. She's not far from where I live, which is beautiful. Welcome, Devon. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Mel. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, and it's an honour to work with you. Hang on one sec. I just have a little noise in the background that I'm just going to hit. So excuse me, everybody. I didn't realise that that was the case. This is everybody who knows me knows the hilariousness of me and technology. It's very, very funny. Okay, so here we are. All right, Devon, now we're working on, that wasn't serious, but this is serious. We're working on an issue today, which I know a lot of people are going to relate to in the community. And this is to do with your child, with your son. So, and I know a lot of people are going to get a lot out of this, which is great, because I've wanted to do this for a while. So, Devon, just explain your situation and what's going on.
I am mother to a beautiful little 3-year-old boy, and the narcissist and I split during pregnancy, but not before. I'd been through an enormous amount of turmoil, and I guess, yeah, through that process my child has been affected, as you would be, being and being an infant in that situation, and I'm just terribly concerned for him. And I see in his behaviour, he's a sweet and intelligent and kind-hearted and amazing little boy, but I just see so much anxiousness in him, and I've been working, day and night to do this work within myself, and yeah, so I'm here today to hopefully shift whatever it is that I'm putting onto him.
Gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful. So how long have you been working with the NARP program now, Devon?
So it's over 18 months. It's going to be 2 years in October. So, yeah.
So is this the thing that's left for you that's, and of course this is one of the hardest things, our kids, but in other areas of your life, just, personally, how have you been going?
Well, it's been an amazing journey, and the trajectory has just been up. In the beginning, it went down dramatically first, and then and then up. Yeah, I've just been through some amazing experiences, and I'm grateful for. I'm at that point where I'm feeling grateful for every step of the journey, and I've got this. My mother's also a narcissist as well, and I've come to a place of peace with that, where I'm actually, I'm like, oh, thanks, Mum. Thank you so much for this gift of bringing me home to myself. Like I really do feel that now, as opposed to telling myself.
That's great. That's beautiful. That's so, so good. Awesome. So this is, this is a big, big thing. This is a big, big thing. How about we set up the space and we're going to work with your body, and your body's going to show us where we need to go and what we need to do. So, Devon, permission to come into your space.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Beautiful. All right, I'm there. All right, so we're going to do the soul integration now, and I'm just picking up your missing pieces, and then we're going to bring you back into you. Okay, so we've got 900 pieces out. That's reasonably significant. So there is, some anxiety and trauma there. So we're going to bring you, people are a lot higher though that aren't actually working on these shifts. So we're going to bring you back into you, and we're going to teach you it's your divine right to be whole. It's safe to be whole. Your body knows how to be whole, and we're going to bring you back in. People that I've worked with clients, especially when they're dealing with their kids, can be 5 and 7 and 9,000 pieces missing, because it's a huge trauma for us. So you've done a lot of work already. Have you been doing any shifts specifically on this before we got started?
Yes, lots.
Okay, good, good, good. And this is really, people can be joining in from home with this, because if you're worried about your children co-parenting, this is going to be really helpful for you to work with. Okay, and now we're going to pick up the pieces that you've taken on from the outside that are not yours. Okay. Now we've just had a big spike. And, you know, my intention in these is we're going to get to the bottom of it. I've got 9,000 here. That tells me that you've actually had your boundaries crushed in the past. Like it's a feeling of powerlessness, and I'm powerless against lots of certain things, and we're going to let that go.
Powerless was what I was just working on.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, too, you know, what I'm sensing here very much is your son's taken on that belief of powerlessness. So that's his sensitivity and his anxiousness. And that's what we're really going to be looking at healing today. That's much better. Just take a couple of deep breaths. All right, so we're gonna, you know, I'm always really passionate when we're working with our kids. So you're already a NAPA, you know how this all works. I want to really set the intention that somewhere, whatever we need to shift for you to come into your power and your son to come into his power and solidness, we're going to find it in your body and we're going to be moving it out. So we're going to be setting the intention that the first thing that we need to shift is going to light up. But before we go there, I just want to do a little rating. We're just going to let that sit and then we're going to go to it. But I just want to do a little rating on that feeling of powerlessness. In other words, you know, like abuse or things from outside, I'm powerless against them. My son's powerless, this fear, this anxiety, this nervousness. Rate it for me out of 10. So 0 would be, I'm not scared at all. A 10 would be, oh God, I am. I'm really nervous about this. What would you give it out of 10?
It's right up there.
Good, good. This is good. We're right in it. And your body's already lit up with it because we asked that. What would you rate it at, sweetie?
Yeah, it's like a 9 or a 10.
It's big. Okay, so somewhere in your body is lit up. For our starting point, we're right where we need to be. Okay, where do you feel it?
It's all up in the jaw and the neck. Yeah.
I want to go ancient. We need to go ancient. Okay? This is big stuff epigenetically back before you're even born. I just want you to feel into it. Good. This is so big, I just want to shift that feeling of powerlessness and trauma before we even get to detail. Okay? And when we get really big stuff that's just massive, that can be a good thing to do. So that whole powerlessness, just give me a couple of other words with it. What does it feel like?
It's like pending doom. Just this.
Yeah. There's no way out. It is. All right, we've got it. Breathe. And we've got it as a swelling mass. And we're going to put in there the associated, the pain, the shock, the fear, the burden, the trauma, the grief, the anxiety, the anger, the resentment, the brokenness, the powerlessness, and every other emotion and confusion. And just breathing, body open. You're doing such a good job. We're in a whole heap of stuff here. This is great. That's where we want to be. It's going to be so different after this, Devon. We're loading. Okay. And then we're going to put in there any past life situations, events, occurrences, attachments, belief systems, survival programs, and emotions. All right. We've got myself and the people that I love we're doomed. We're powerless, we're desecrated, there's nothing we can do about this. It feels like a coming in and a wipeout. It just feels like I'm seeing things burning, I'm seeing people getting murdered, I'm seeing you standing there in shock watching it. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, there's no way out. That's what I've got. No wonder you are feeling so nervous and terrified about him. And you. And we're loading, and we're still loading. You know, and we could be argued that this is epigenetic. This is like a cellular memory from ancestors or you in past lives and or both. I believe it's actually both. And if we've never cleared it from our energy field, it goes from lifetime to incarnation and passed down the genetic line. As I said to you at the start, your son is carrying this stuff too. That's why he's a highly nervous sensitive child. And once we clear it from you and him, he's going to be different. We're still loading. Oh gosh, it's right down my back. And we're going to put in there any beliefs on soul, personal and genetic level and the DNA that goes with that. Just breathing, body open. You're really ready to live without this stuff. We got it nearly. Okay, so let's start, Devon. We've got it, all of that charge and the association and the data and the program in regard to all of that powerlessness, all of that desecration. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. We're doomed. And I can't protect the people I love and care about. See it as junk and stuff inside you. We're going to open up and we're going to release and send this off. So just breathing. And we're going to release. And we've got the chunks of all of that stuff leaving. And as it leaves your body, it's dissolving back to God and love. And it's safe to let this go, Devon. It needs to go. Without this, you become your true self. So does your son. So does his progeny down the line. Those that aren't even born yet. Devon, please tell me what's going on for you. Are you able to release?
Yeah.
Tell me when you're done then.
Okay, yeah.
Good job. And I want you to go to your sacred space. Tell me when you're in your nature space.
Yeah, I'm there.
Good. It's feeling better already. And we're going to bring in unconditional love and self-acceptance and support. And we're going to connect you up to the source energy grand design truth, which is a dissolving of all of that trauma and all of that energy back to native nothingness and back to space. And Devon, we're going to connect you up to the source energy grand design truth, which is the energy of your higher self and source and loving internal parent, the energy of source life, God, which is the flowing through you of source flowing through you as you, which is the knowing that you are an eternal, immortal, infinite being, and your son is as well. And that you are a part of all of source and existence, and that you are nurtured and supported and loved and adored beyond measure because you exist as your son is, and you are a part of the oneness and the light, which is impervious to darkness. And we're going to set up that remembering and that truth and that knowing that you are at true self level. We've got a really lovely hold on that. You are so ready to heal this. Oh my God. You are that ripe. You are falling off the tree, right? It's great. I can feel it. It's awesome. Okay, I want you to imagine you as the container, and in there is that chunk and the stuff, which is all of that powerlessness and that desecration and that doom. Push it out to the side. See it dissolve back to God and love for recycling until you're clean, clear, and open. Beautiful. And then I want you to see the pipeline that goes up to that big ball of source energy above your head. And in that big ball of glowing light is the energy of higher self, source, loving internal parent. It's the source healing and resolution. It's all of that filling with light, all of that feeling of that expansiveness of being infinite, immortal, eternal, a part of all that is, a part of creation itself. And a light that dissolves all darkness. It just is. And I want you to fill up with that light. See your inner being glowing and expanding that light throughout you as well, until you fill with so much light, Devon, that you just burst into that ball of light. Tell me when you have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Now I want you to imagine the little you. She's from past lives. We're just going to go the ancient self. Whoever she was, whether it was you or ancestors or what, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, and she is in that trauma of total desecration. And her children or child is a part of that. She's broken, she's powerless. Tell me when you see her.
Yeah, I see her.
Pick her up and bring her over to you. And then the angels are coming in around her and they're surrounding her and they're reaching inside her body and they're taking out that trauma. And they're taking it up and away from her. Tell me when it's okay. Now cuddle her and fill her up with all of that light, the source healing and resolution of all of this, which is the filling of the knowing that she's eternal, she's infinite, she's immortal, she's a part of creation itself. She is the light that dissolves all darkness. And she just is. And I want you to fill her up with that light. And see her inner being glowing and expanding that light throughout her as well. Until she fills with so much light, she just bursts into that ball of light. Then bring her inside of you so that the two of you integrate together as the one being. You're the one ball of light. Then see the angels coming in around and they're surrounding you and they're reaching inside your body and they're switching on your genes. So the cells of your body open up, Devon, and source flows through you as you, and you're a glowing ball of light. It just is. Take the glow out further and fill up your auric field. Any shadows, any darkness are completely gone, and you're an extended glowing ball of light. Tell me when you have that.
Yeah.
Take the glow out further and fill up the field, which is all that is. See the glow connect up with, from the field, the two glows become the glow, the one glow. There's nothing else. Then step out into the glow, and any shadow that was holding on to that doom and that impending desecration just dissolves back to God and love, freeing you to be the light. I am the light. The light I am. There's nothing else. It just is. And I want you to breathe, body open. There's only light. How does that feel?
That's much better.
We're going to integrate all of that and we're going to bring it through every cell in your body, through all space, time and dimensional, past lives, parallel lives, future lives, this life right here, right now, as if you've always known it. We're going to bring it all in and we're going to integrate that. Take a couple of deep breaths. Now we want to go back to that charge, that exact charge of that trauma, that powerlessness, that desecration, that hopelessness, the devastation of seeing the people you love go as well. I want you to really, really go for it. We had a 10 out of 10. Give me a rating on it now.
Yeah, look, it's still there, but it's like a 4 or a 5.
Now we need to track. We're going to track. Somewhere in your body that's still holding that dense energy.
Come down to heart.
Awesome. I want to go ancient again. I want to go really deep with this.
Yeah.
We're going to go right to the core root of this. Oh, what does it feel like in there? What is it? Good.
It's like it's a piercing. I'm thinking of the heart, you know, having a child is like, it's like taking your heart outside and having it walk around next to you. And
yep.
Somebody's taking my heart.
Oh, good. Yep, that's it. It's total heartbreak and devastation, isn't it? It's just having your heart smashed to bits. Yep, all of that. Give me a rating out of 10.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Perfect. Breathing, and we've got it. And we're going to put in there the associated, the pain, the shock, the fear, the burden, the trauma, the grief, the anxiety, the anger, the resentment, the brokenness, the powerlessness, every other emotion and confusion. Just keep breathing, Devon. Even if you've got a rock, it just keeps your body open and we can access. You're doing great. I'm in there. This is good. And we're loading. Getting all of the pain body stuff out with this. And we're going to put in there any past life, situations, events, occurrences, attachments, belief systems, survival programs, and emotions that are also contributing. Good. Beautiful. You're doing so well. Oh, gosh. And could there be any bigger heartbreak? And we're going to put in there any beliefs on soul, personal and genetic level in the genes and the DNA. Okay. So we've got all of the charges and the associations and the data and the programs in regard to that charge of that heartbreak. That heartbreak, everything you've named and felt, and we're going to release, Devon. We're going to let this trauma go. So I want you to open up and surrender, and we're going to spiral it up and out. We're going to let it go. Big blobs of chunks and stuff leaving your body, dissolving back to God and love for recycling, freeing your inner being. And I want you to tell me when you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, good, 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 good. And I tell you what, you are really good with this. I can see how much you've worked the modules. You've worked your butt off, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because you're really good at this. Okay, this is awesome. All right. So I want you to imagine, okay, sorry, go to your sacred space, your nature space. Okay. And we're going to bring in unconditional love and self-acceptance. And we're going to connect you up to the source energy, grand design truth, which is the dissolving of all of those beliefs and energies back to native nothingness and back to space. Well, that's better. And we're going to connect you up to the source energy, grand design truth, which is the energy of your higher self and source and living internal parent, the energy of source life, God, which is the source, healing and resolution of all of this. And in this case, source knows exactly what that is. Okay, this is the restoring of your heart to infinite love and wholeness and oneness and connection, which is infinite and eternal, which is pure love to all that is and all that will ever be, and every soul group and love connection you've ever had. It is all of the repair and the wholeness and the healing of all of that. Pure love. Oh, that just went bang through like an electric shock into your subconscious. That's good. We've got it. Now I want you to imagine you as the container, and in there is the junk and the stuff, which is all of that heart devastation. See it as junk and stuff. I want you to push it out to the sides, Devon, till you're clean, clear and open. Tell me when you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, gorgeous. Now I want you to imagine the pipeline up to that big ball of source energy above your head. And in that big ball of energy is all of that source healing and that resolution, which is all of that restoring of your heart to wholeness, infinite love, the oneness of connection to everything in the moment of now, which is past, present, future, which is the love of all and the love of all of your connections of love. Pure healing and oneness and wholeness. We're going to bring in all of that light down the pipeline, filling you up, and your inner being is glowing and expanding all of that throughout you as well, until you've burst into a ball of light. It just is. Got it?
Yeah.
Then I want you to see that past life you with that total heart devastation. She's broken. Tell me when you've picked her up and you've got her.
Yeah.
Okay, and then bring her over to you. And all of the angels are coming through and they're surrounding her and they're reaching inside her body and they're taking out that big ball of junk and stuff and they're taking it up and away to dissolve back to God and love, freeing her inner being. Tell me when that's happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous. And then I want you to hug her and fill her up with all of that light, that source of healing and resolution, all of that restoring back to perfect, whole, infinite, eternal oneness and love. And she feels, bursts into that ball of light. You got it?
Yeah.
Bring her into you so that the two of you integrate together as the one being. And then the angels are coming in and around and they're surrounding her and they're reaching inside her body and switching on her genes. And the cells of her body open up and source flows through her as her and she just bursts into a ball of light. Take the glow out further and fill up your auric field with it. And then glow it out further into the field. See it connect up with the glow that is the field. The two glows become the one glow. And then step out with any shadow that had any heart shattering. And that just dissolves back to God and love, freeing you to be the glow and your heart is so expanded as the glow of all that is. Breathing, just be it, just be it. Devon, how does that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing.
We're going to integrate all of that and we're going to bring it through every cell in your body, through all space, time and dimensional, past lives, parallel lives, future lives, this life, right here, right now, as if you've always known it. We're going to bring it all in and we're going to integrate that. How does that feel?
Yeah, that feels, yeah, done.
Let's go in. We're going to really go for that heartbreak. I want you to access that. It was way up there. It was a big 10 out of 10. Go for it now. Rate it.
It's a 2.
Somewhere in your, we're going to track it, somewhere in your body that's still holding that dense energy of a 2.
Yeah.
It's going to light up. Where have you got it?
Yeah, back of the head and just into the top of the shoulders.
We're going to go ancient as well. Okay, this is old. What does it feel like to you?
It's like a chlorine. It's chlorine, this tension is chlorine in. I'm being grabbed, I think.
Yeah.
Taken.
Yeah. Perfect. What I had is I'm not safe. I'm not safe. Humans aren't safe. All of that stuff. So what you've named and you're in and you're feeling, give me a rating out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Breathe. Beautiful. We've got it. And we're going to load up. Okay, we've got the emotions, we've got the pain, the shock, the fear, the burden, the trauma, the grief, the anxiety, the anger, the resentment, the brokenness, the powerlessness, and we're breathing. And for people at home, Devon understands this, but I'm going to explain. You know, we work on one belief at a time, but it will lead to the next belief. And even if you've got a really small charge when you're working with Quanta Freedom Healing, once you tap in and get into it, it could go screaming up to a big 10 out of 10. That's why you've got to track every tiny little bit to clean up properly. Otherwise, you're not going to clean up. You're doing awesomely, Devon. You are so ready to heal this stuff. Oh, how am I going to put in there? Oh, the past life, situations, events, occurrences, attachments, belief systems, survival programs and emotions. It's not safe to be a human. Other humans aren't safe.
Yeah.
No wonder you've had anxiety. No wonder your sons are sensitive with anxiety. Okay. Oh. Whoa. And it's interesting, your mother was a narcissist. That's exactly what narcissists carry. That's why they've just stepped over into the dark side with it, right?
Yeah.
It's the same trauma.
Yeah.
She was carrying the trauma. You're doing, okay, we're going to put in there the beliefs on soul, personal and genetic level, and the genes and the DNA. Oh gosh, and this is huge on the genetic line. What can you feel in your body as I'm loading? Can you feel a whole heap of stuff going on with this?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I always have a lot of mental activity, so I do have to really, really come into my body. I work a lot on trusting that it's happening.
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on.
Yeah. I know
All
there
right.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we've got the charges and the associations and the data and programs of it's not safe to be a human and humans aren't safe. All right, we are going to let this go. This is a horrible trauma that has to go. All right, and we're going to open up and we're going to release. We're sending off big blobs of junk and stuff leaving. This is such a common trauma for lining us up with narcissists. Oh gosh, they carry the trauma and then they act it out and it brings it to truth for us. Okay, and we're letting it go. Dissolving back to God and love. All of that junk and that trauma. All of that toxic energy. Freeing your inner being. Tell me when you're done, Devon.
Yeah. Done.
Gorgeous. Oh, that's better. All right, so go to your sacred space and tell me when you're there.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring in unconditional love and self-acceptance. And we're going to connect you up to the source energy grand design truth, which is the dissolving of all of those beliefs and all of those energies back to native nothingness and back to space. Divine, it's better. And we're going to connect you up to the source energy grand design truth, which is all the source healing and all of the resolution on this, which is all of the bringing you back to your coded DNA, organic cellular state where you are eternal, immortal and infinite. You are matter. You are the universe itself. And we're going to set up that wholeness, that oneness, that imperviousness, that light, where there just is no darkness. It just is. We're going to set up that, remembering that knowing and that truth that you are at true self level. And we've just had a really big click into that. All right, imagine you as the container and in there is the junk and the stuff, which is, it's not safe to be a human. Humans aren't safe. They're just going to come and, push it out to you clean, clear and open.
Yeah.
I love that. Beautiful. It feels good. Now we've got the pipeline that goes up to that big ball of source above your head. And in there is the energy of higher self and source and loving internal parent, the energy of source life God, which is all of that light, all of that wholeness, that oneness, that just isness of everything we've named. Bring it in, fill up with it like a woman in a desert having a drink. See your inner being glowing and expanding. The same light throughout you, and you burst into that ball of light. Gorgeous. Now imagine the little you, and she was in those ancient times. It's not safe to be a human. Humans aren't safe. Traumatized, broken. Tell me when you see her. Pick her up, bring her over to you. Okay, the angels are coming in around, and they're surrounding her, and they're reaching inside her body and taking out that trauma, and they're taking it up and away. Freeing her inner being. Are you done? Tell me when you're done.
Yeah.
Hug her. Pour into her that light, that energy of high self, source, loving eternal parent, that energy of source life God, which is the healing and the resolution, which is the restoring her back to her organic, cellular, coded, true state, which is she is all that is, eternal, immortal, infinite, a being from the God self source creation that just is. Fill her up with that light. See her inner being glowing and expanding until she bursts into that ball of light.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Bring her inside of you so that the two of you integrate together as the one being.
Yeah.
The angels are coming in around, and they're surrounding her, and they're reaching inside her body and switching on her genes, and the cells of her body open up, and source flows through her as her, and she is a glowing you are a glowing extended ball of light that just is. Take that glow out into your auric field and fill up. Extended glowing ball of light. Take the glow further out into the field. See it connect up with the glow that is the field. The glow becomes the one glow. There's nothing else. And then step out with any of that trauma, that fear. It all dissolves back to God and love, freeing you to be the glow. I am the light I am. It is all that is. There's nothing else. It just is. How does that feel, Devon?
Yeah, that feels amazing.
We're going to integrate all of that, and we're going to bring it through every cell in your body, through all space, time and dimensional, past lives, parallel lives, future lives, this life. Right here, right now, as if you've always known it. We're going to bring it all in, and we're going to integrate that. Yeah, Quanta Freedom Healing is amazing. It's the dynamite that moves stuff that nothing else moves.
No, I've seen it and felt it working in just all of my life. So even when I don't feel it so much in my body, I see the outer effects minutes later, hours later, days later, weeks later. It's incredible. Yeah,
so within, so without. It's quantum law. And sometimes we don't realize it too. Like we're doing something and we go, oh my God, that was just a completely different trajectory that I've ever experienced before. Something must have shifted.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
I want you to go back to that whole feeling. It's not safe to be a human. Humans aren't safe. Go for it as much as you can. Give it a rating out of 10.
Yeah, it's not there.
Awesome.
It's not there at all.
I just want to feel in for a little bit. I just want to feel in. Because Devon, what I want to propose to you is we're shifting you for a start, because this is what we do in relation to our kids. We get us great, right? Yes. The flow-on effect from that, they came from us. Like, it's like, I forget what they call it in quantum physics, but it's like a remote shift, because it's interconnected as one. When we shift, they shift. But what we're also going to do is we're going to work through your body by proxy on your son as well when we've got you solid. But we're going to do another Shifts Happen in a couple of days. Are you happy to do that?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm so passionate about this topic. I want to set it up as a part 2 series to really show people working with NARP how to work this.
Oh, I would absolutely love to, yes.
I thought you would. I think, and it's going to help a lot of people. You know, this is a big topic.
It is.
But we want your body to settle, you know, with your shift. And then when we check in, we will see how he's shifted. You know, you'll have the feedback for a couple of days, and then we can go in and do the proxy with him through your body, which is, you know, the really intricate work. But we can never, you know this too, a lot of people on NARP know this, people outside of NARP struggle with this. We can't heal our kids till we get whole.
I tried already. It didn't work.
It doesn't work. We have to lead the way with our own wholeness. We've got to work on ourselves to get us right before we can start healing our kids. It will not work. It will never work.
And I see the evidence for it already, like with the work that I've already done from the place where he and I were, you know, a year and a half ago before starting NARP to where we are now. I see the evidence, and like I just said, I see it in the hours after I've had a shift. I'm like, oh, you've changed. Great.
Absolutely. And there's no greater necessity for us to do the work on ourselves when we have to lead the way with our children that have been affected by narcissists. And that pattern's been in our epigenetic programming to be susceptible to that. And, you know, so we're not going to end up with codependents and narcissists. We need, you know, in future generations, we've got to break these patterns of abuse, and it starts with us. So this is sacred work that we're doing here. Okay, so we're going to go back to the original goal where we had that feeling of powerlessness for you. And it was right up there. What would you rate it out of 10 now?
It's low. It's a 3 or 4 right now.
Okay, we're going to do one more shift. And then in the next couple of days, any little skerricks you're going to keep going on. And then we're going to hit it with the proxy work. Okay, so right here, right now, we are setting the intention that your body is going to light up with the most impactful shift that we can do right here, right now. Got it. Where is it? Oh, good. It's a big one.
It's right down low. I've just gone.
Yeah.
Right down.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I want you to tell me how old you feel this is.
I think it's ancient.
Okay, good. Okay, what is it?
It's just like mud. Thick.
Okay. Does this feel like sexual abuse? Is it like that level of powerlessness? That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. It's just like just this thick black mud.
Yeah. And do you know what? That feeling is all we need to pick up. We're going to, because you're right in the feeling. We don't even need information. If you're in the feeling, everybody, that's all you need. Breathing.
Oh, we don't.
We got it as a massive 10 out of 10, right? Breathing, and we've got it. And we're going to put in there the associated, the pain, the shock, the fear, the burden, the trauma, the grief, the anxiety, the anger, the resentment, the brokenness, the powerlessness, and every other emotion and confusion that goes with that. And we're loading. And the sexual abuse trauma is massively epigenetic for nearly all of humanity, to be honest. You know, whenever we've got powerlessness, often we get down to this stuff. Past lives, ancestors. It's been a huge humanity wound that needs to be shifted for all of the collective. You're doing so well, Devon. Breathing. We're still loading you. This is massive. This is actually our biggest one yet. And this is what happens when we go deeper and deeper and deeper into it. We hit the huge core wounds, and if they don't come out, we're not going to get well. And our future generations are not going to get well. They keep playing out. Good. Breathing, breathing. Gosh, you're doing well, sweetheart. Just breathe. I want you to really breathe through this, okay? Good. Just breathe. Rock if you need to. It helps soothe while you're loading big stuff. And we're going to put in there the past life, situations, events, occurrences, attachments, belief systems, survival programs, and emotions. Breathe. This is really big. This is abuse at that level. And breathe. Good, 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 good. You're doing great. And we're going to put in there any beliefs on soul, personal, genetic level, and the genes and the DNA that go with all of that too. Okay, Devon, we've got it. We've got all of that. We've got all of that trauma and that stuff, and we are going to release it. Let's do it. Let's open up and let's let this go. Massive blobs of junk and stuff, and we're going to let it go. And we're sending it off. Oh. I want you to tell me when you're done. Good job. Beautiful job. Okay, so go to your sacred space, and we're going to bring down unconditional love and self-acceptance, and we're going to connect you up to the source energy grand design truth, which is the dissolving of all of those beliefs and all of those energies back to native nothingness and back to space. Oh gosh, that's better. And we're going to connect you up to the source energy grand design truth, which is the energy of your higher self and source and loving eternal parent, the energy of source life God, which is all of the healing and all of the restoration and resolution back to wholeness and your divine DNA cellular coded state of love and wholesomeness and imperviousness and light and oneness. Ultimate quantum divinity healing. Beautiful. Now I want you to imagine you as a container, and in there is the junk and the stuff of all of that trauma. Push it all out to the sides. It dissolves back to God and love for recycling, freeing your inner being. Tell me when you're clean, clear, and open.
Yeah.
And we've got the pipeline that goes all the way up to that big ball of source energy above your head. And in that big ball of light is all of the energy of your higher self and source and loving eternal parent, the energy of source life God, which is all of the filling and the healing. All of that oneness, that restoration back to your cellular coded divine state of wholeness and oneness. The universe of creation itself, the God seed. So see all of that light fill and your inner being glowing at the same light, and you fill with so much light you burst into that ball of light. And then see the ancient you, and she was in that trauma, broken and empty. I want you to pick her up. All right, intuitive feeling. We're just going to call forth any previous selves who need the healing at that level. There might be more than one person there. Trust and tell me how many people you see.
That is a lot.
I just knew we had to do that.
Yeah, before you even said it, there were a lot. There's a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So they're all there. They're all there. And you have got all of them with you. And they're just this army of angels are coming down and around, and they're taking all of these traumas out and up and away. Tell me when. Freeing their inner beings. Tell me when that's done.
Yeah.
And then a source flowing through you as you are filling them all up with that light, that source healing and that resolution, that restoration back to their organic coded DNA true self wholeness, oneness of all that is. Fill them up. See their inner beings glowing and expanding all of that energy throughout them as well until they all burst into balls of light. Bring them inside of you and you all integrate as one, as that beautiful big ball of light. Beautiful. And then see the angels are coming in around and they're surrounding you and they're reaching inside your body and they're switching on your genes and the cells of your body open up and source flows through you as you, and you are a glowing ball of light.
Yeah.
Take the glow out further and fill up your auric field. Take the glow out into the field and see it connect up with the glow that is the field, and the two glows become the one glow.
Yeah.
I want you to step out with any shadow part that was remaining. And that dissolves back to God and love for recycling, freeing you to be the glow, body open and breathing. I am the light I am, it just is. There's nothing else, it just is. Devon, how does that feel?
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
We're going to integrate that and we're going to bring it through every cell in your body, through all space, time and dimensional, past lives, parallel lives, future lives, this life. Right here, right now, as if you've always known it, we're going to bring it all in and we're going to integrate that. There's so much light and space running through your circuitry now.
I can feel it, yes.
We've lost centuries of junk.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh gosh, that's better. Take a couple of deep breaths. All right, sweetheart. Now I want you to, we're not going to, all right, we are going to tap into that.
It's my alarm going off.
All right, we're going to tap into that. You're like me with technology. No, you couldn't be like me with technology. Nobody's like me. So I want you to tap in to your body again. We're not going to do another shift. We're just going to see where it sits. It was a huge 10 out of 10. Go down there and give me a rating out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 2 or a 3.
Okay, so you're going to track it now. Yeah. And keep going when you can.
Yep.
Are you going to have a chance within the next couple of days?
I can do one right now, and yeah, when my child sleeps tonight, I can do one tonight. So
dedicated Napa.
Yeah,
that's
insomnia
awesome.
Helps.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, just keep going. You know, we're nearly at the bottom of it.
Yes,
you've done it.
It feels absolutely incredible. Thank you.
If we just rate, we're just going to say, okay, how many percent are we cleared out? I'm just going to muscle test and let's have a look. How many percent are we towards resolution for your inner being? %91.
Wow.
So we're nearly there. That's awesome. That is so good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to now seal off this healing, and we're going to bring through Devon. This is an instant healing. You've received an instant healing. Your body knows how to retain this healing, and it has retained this healing. And you now walk forward into the matrix of life with your beliefs and your emotions aligned with the integrity of yourself. Your will is divine will. It's all truth. The truth sets you free, and I'm up and out of your space. Oh, and what I'd love you to do is when you do these shifts, just write down what they were so that we can, you know, that will help people with information that are working on this stuff too.
Okay, absolutely.
So you'll be reporting in, which will be awesome. And then what we'll do is off air, we're going to make another time and we'll set that up. And then we're going to get into working with Proxy, which is going to be really exciting to do and share with the community. Yeah. Devon, you've been amazing. You've been amazing today. You've been raw and honest and ready to really go there. And
it all came.
You were ready. You're ready.
It doesn't every time, but sometimes it really just comes up like that. And I'm just like, oh, wow, goody, that happened. Yay.
Oh, it's so needed. We got to get it out. We got to get it out. And you've got so much stuff out. And, you know, thank you. I bless you so much for helping humanity in this way by, you know, sharing this with the community. It's just special beyond measure.
It is an absolute pleasure and an honour. I'm so proud to be able to be here and do this. It's
you should
amazing.
Be proud. We're both very proud. Yeah. All right, darling lady. So thank you and goodbye, everybody. And I hope you got so much out of this. And Devon also too, are you happy to help people on the blog, like answer any questions and be a part of, yeah, perfect.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to speak to people.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right. Bye, Devon. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.